What do Falcons do? Rise up. Welcome to Rise Up Reactions, the show we talk all things Falcons, NFL, Georgia sports, and in general the sports news of the day. I'm your host, Dr. Lee Denning, lifelong sports fan and lifelong UGA fan. Came home this afternoon after being at work and found out some very sad news. The Bulldog faithful and I were all kind of reeling from the news today. One of our legends, alongside Larry Munson, Vince Dooley, has now gone to be with the Angels. Died at the age of 90. Winningest coach in Georgia history. Won our national title back in the 80s and led us for years and years and years. He and his wife Barbara have continued to live in Athens and have continued to be a major part of Bulldog Nation, showing up for events, donating money, donating time. By all accounts, Vince has been listed as one of the greatest men in UGA history. I've never met anybody who's come across him that had a cross thing to say about him or the way he led his life. He's truly one of a kind in terms of people for the University of Georgia and the Bulldog Nation. I did have a rare opportunity to actually meet and talk with Vince back in 2007, 2008. Actually, it was New Year's Day 2008. I'm fortunate that my family does know one of the higher boosters for the University of Georgia, and as a result, I've gotten to do some very amazing experiences thanks to their generosity. One of those events was during my freshman year at UGA, the season that we probably should have won the national title. It was LSU's year. We just lost too many games early on. It was the blackout year. We ended up going to the Sugar Bowl to play Hawaii, unbeaten Hawaii, and we beat the really crap out of them. And I got to go to that game on New Year's Day. But the booster that I was down there with, she happened to know Vince Dooley and his staff while he was the head coach there very well. And I got a chance. He actually walked 6 blocks from his hotel in downtown New Orleans to our little hotel on the outskirts just to see this lady and have coffee with her and catch up about the old days. It was beautiful to get to sit there and be a part of that. It was such a pleasant surprise, and I got to spend an hour having coffee with Vince and hear him reminiscing about stories. And I'm going to butcher this story for sure, but I just wanted to share a moment that has been with me for a long time. So Georgia in 1980 beat Notre Dame for the national title in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. So there was a lot of significance to him telling me this story at that time. But the way he told the story to me was as follows. He said, I have a great story from the Sugar Bowl, from the year we won the national championship. And he said that, we came down a little bit early, and he apparently had some ties to a group of nuns who wanted to come down to the game. So he secured them tickets. He went out. He had a good time with these ladies. There were people that he had known for a long time. They just had a grand old time talking about how much fun they were having in New Orleans and, just couldn't wait for that evening. And as they were parting ways, he gave them the tickets. And as they were parting ways, he said, now you guys are going to be cheering for the Dogs, right? And they're like, oh no, we're going for Notre Dame. And he said it was one of the funniest things he's ever experienced. He gave the head football coach for the University of Georgia, after spending all this time with people that he known, these nuns that he knew, the nuns were not going to be cheering for him to win the national title. Now, obviously, we went on to win that in New Orleans, and then we won again this past year, earlier this year in 2022. So we're the 21-22 national title defending national title champions. It'll be ours to do something with this year, but that's my moment that I get to have with Vince. I hope that I didn't butcher that story too bad, but that moment meant a great deal to me. Vince Dooley will be missed by Bulldog Nation. He's a beloved figure, and we'll miss him terribly. His absence will be felt for years to come, just like Larry Munson's absence has been felt for years since. A lot of great moments with him, but I just wanted to take a moment to pay tribute to the greatest ball coach that UGA has ever had. Kirby Smart is well on his way to at least matching, if not surpassing that at some point, but just wanted to take a moment to pay tribute to him and say thank you for all that you did for the University of Georgia, for Bulldog Nation. I'm not going to end my usual way this time. All I'll say is leave comments down below, just telling your favorite Vince Dooley stories, your favorite games about him, favorite moments if you got to meet him outside of just watching him on television. Just leave that down below. Would love to see that. And as always, guys, usually I would say rise up here, but today's not that day. Today we say go Dogs.